Hi team! This is a video I wanted to share with you all about our formation we've been playing since last fall during our games, and we'll continue to build upon next year. We went over a lot of this in the fall and winter seasons, but I wanted to get in a format that you could watch outside of practice and outside of games, especially for new players that are joining our team. You've all been doing an awesome job with this in games, but hopefully this can fill in any gaps, especially when you're trying a new position on the field. In addition to this video, I'm going to make shorter videos for each position that are more detailed and they focus only on what you need to think about in that position when you're in the game. So let's take a look at the formation. The formation we play is called a 4-3-1. We have our goalkeeper, of course, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 1 striker. Everyone is in a line here to show why it's called a 4-3-1, but this is not what it looks like on the field. The back line has 2 central defenders known as center backs. These are who we think of as playing defense. The 2 wide players in the back line are called fullbacks. We'll talk more about their positioning and role later, but for now, they are defenders who play in front of the center backs and near the edges of the field. In our midfield, we have 1 defensive midfielder and 2 attacking midfielders in a triangle like this. And finally, we have our striker at the top of this diamond shape. This is very similar to the 2-3-1 many of you likely played in 7v7, but now we've added the 2 attacking midfielders to the same shape. There are a lot of things I like about this formation. First off, there are triangles or diamonds everywhere. Every player has at least 2 clear passing options. We have 6 of our 8 field players in the central part of the field, sometimes known as the spine, but we also have the wide areas covered with our versatile fullbacks. Or, if you split the field into 5 lanes, we have every lane occupied. Our defense is solid with 2 dedicated defenders, and as we'll go over soon, we get to attack with 5 players and we also defend with 5. This is how the formation looks during normal play, but we'll go over different phases of the game and how this changes throughout each. One thing to keep in mind is that when we're attacking, we want to stretch the field out, and when we're defending, we want to shrink and become more compact, but we still keep this overall same shape. Kickoffs will look pretty much the same as this, but the fullbacks are likely closer to the halfway line because there's no reason for them to be back here yet. Now let's talk about our formation during different phases of the game. In attack, when we have the ball, we'll start with our build out from goal kicks. We're almost always going to pass from our goalkeeper to a center back from a goal kick. Our center backs are slightly wide and drop back away from the 18 to give them enough time to control the ball if we get pressured. They're also facing the field when the ball comes to them. Our fullbacks are ready to receive the next pass as close to the touchline as possible. The defensive midfielder starts the goal kick in the corner of the D, depending on which side of the field the kick is on. The attacking midfielder on the same side of the field is in a position to receive the next pass from either the fullback or the defensive midfielder. And the striker is staying high, ready to attack forward and pressure their defense. The rest of the team shifts over to support and protect if needed. Notice again these triangles and diamond that we're trying to form. Now that the center back has the ball, the fullback is making sure they're far enough back that the center back can see them for a pass. The defensive midfielder is also moving to be an option. Eventually, we want to get to a point where we can make a pass directly from the center back to the attacking midfielder if the pass is open. So the attacking midfielder should be right about here. If it's a goalkeeper throw instead of a goal kick, all of the same things will still apply if the throw goes to a center back, or if a center back recovers the ball on their own and doesn't have space to drive forward, we'll want to be doing the same pattern. Now that we hopefully have the ball in the middle of the field, what shape are we in? I've rotated the field here so that we can see all of it. We'll continue looking like this overall diamond shape as we move the ball forward. We'll always be working on new patterns for what to do in this phase, but in general, we want to provide options to either play forward, switch to the point of attack, or protect the ball. As an example, if the fullback has the ball in midfield, we want the attacking midfielder on the same side to be showing for a pass forward, the defensive midfielder to be an option in the middle, and the center back to be supporting from behind. Or let's say the attacking midfielder has the ball on the other side. The striker is a forward passing option. The fullback and the other attacking midfielder are options left and right. The defensive midfielder and center back on the same side are supporting back here. And the rest of the team that might not be a passing option is still shifting with the play. Notice how for all of these, we're still in roughly the same shape. One thing to notice is that as we play further up the field, the fullbacks have more freedom to be ahead of the midfield and crash towards the net if the ball is on their side of the field. I don't want to be too specific about attacking here. We're just going over our overall shape. It's going to depend on who has the ball and where, and we'll be working on attacking patterns during training that we'll want to replicate in games. In general though, if we have the ball in a wider area, we'll seek to play it towards the center. And where it goes will depend on a lot of things. Where the ball is, where our teammates are, and what the opponent is doing. And then vice versa. If we have the ball centrally, we'll want to find a teammate out wider to get past their defense. Again, depending on where this ball is, where our teammates are, and what the opponent is doing. Now let's look at defending when we don't have the ball, starting with opponent goal kicks or build out. Our three central attacking players, the striker and both attacking midfielders, are pressuring on the 18 and shifting with the ball if needed. The fullbacks are not on the 18. They're behind to slow down an attack in the midfield that gets past our initial pressure, along with the defensive midfielder. The center backs are as high as the opponent will allow, most likely at the halfway line. If for some reason the other team doesn't build out and instead relies on longer goal kicks, we'll just have the striker pressuring the goal kick. Everybody else will drop back. As their attack moves through the field, we want to be more compact than when we were attacking, staying goal side of the player we're marking. Think about it as a net to catch their attack. We want to protect the center and force their attack outside whenever possible. If the attack gets near our 18, we should start looking like this in our most defensive position. The center backs are in position on each side in front of the goalkeeper. It's important that the center backs don't get pulled across the goal, leaving the other side open. The defensive midfielder drops back as a third central defender when needed. And the fullbacks are the next defenders in the box if needed, especially if the attack is coming down the sides. If the defense does get dragged to the side, the opposite fullback is looking out for danger in case the opponent switches the point of attack. And so this shape with the two center backs, defensive midfielder, and fullbacks is why I said we defend with 5. The attacking midfielders are supporting the defense, along with the striker are in a position to counterattack when the ball pops out. So those are the basics. Please let me know at practice or before a game if you have any questions about our formation, and I'll work on getting the videos out for the individual positions soon. Thanks.